Long story short, you can mine on old equipment and still be profitable with the right setup. If you don't have cheap power or free power, it's kind of really difficult. But I mean, I started, if you watch any of my old videos, I started with a $60 used graphics card and just kind of worked through that whole process and expanded from there. Built my own custom mining rig that I will show you guys. It was really hackered together. So it was fun. It's been fun. It's been a lot of fun. In fact, that one that I built, if I can find the footage, I'll splice it in or do a future video showing you where while I was putting that together and testing, my son at the time, much younger, tripped over wires and broke my almost brand spanking new TV at the time. But that's another video for another day. Today I want to show you what I've been working on lately. So this right here is one of my favorite new toys to play with, and this is a Lion Energy Safari LT. It puts out about 500 watts of pure sine electricity, and I actually have two of these guys. I bought them secondhand and they have been great. One of my older ones died, and I called up Lion and explained what was going on, and they were awesome to work with in helping me replace it with a new one with the issues I was having with my old one. Something failed internally on the charging unit, and they were just spectacular. Lion has become one of my new favorite products. I've got one of their lithium iron phosphate batteries here, and I will be sharing more with them as time goes on, because I've just been super happy with them. Anyways, what I wanted to show you today was how I'm using this in my mining now, because I'm not yet set up with enough solar energy to full-blown mine regularly, but that is the process, that is the journey I'm putting together, is to mine clean. So any miner essentially is profitable if you don't pay for power, right? So I have a Mini Doge Miner, which I just absolutely love. It's been a spectacular product. I had a firmware issue that I updated, and it's been a problem. It's the Mini Doge by Goldshell. I'll show you that in just a moment. But very temporarily, I've been using this guy to mine with. So that's an extension cord, because my solar is set up out here, and then I have an auxiliary battery bank here that I also use to supply power to this. So never mind the mess, we're still moving in, but you can see that's my extension cord going to my solar generator, and I'll spare you the mess. I'll just take you inside and show you what I'm doing. Okay, so that is the extension cord. My one cord wasn't long enough to reach all the way in here. Again, forgive the mess, still moving in. My office is in complete disarray, but there is the Mini Doge. And you can see, well, first off, how beautiful is that? That is quiet, super quiet. I love this thing. It is downright awesome. And forgive the cluster of mess here. This is all my wiring for my router here and my UPS, and that's the secret to this whole kit and caboodle right here. So I run my extension cord in here, and to be able to uninterruptedly mine, I have my UPS here. That's telling us our current input voltage, and I'm using one of my Bitmain power supplies to run the Mini Doge, which honestly is not the most efficient power supplies I could use, but it works. So I'm gonna try to do this one-handed, but I might not be able to do it. Let's see. This is how I've been mining with solar. Okay, so that's the cord to the UPS, and you're gonna hear it freak out in just a second. And I just plug it into my extension cord. Oh, see, UPS is always a couple seconds behind. And now we are powered by solar. by our Lion Energy Safari LT. My router, UPS, and as you can see in here, she's still running beautifully. So I'll take you back outside and let's take a look at, well, I'll let you see the cord all the way through so you can see. Won't show you the whole mess because, as I said a moment ago, still moving in, but there we are, 310 watts. Now, these Mini Doge are supposed to only pull about 230, 240 watts, but as I said before, I'm using a Bitmain power supply, and that thing is not the most efficient. On top of that, there are some more inefficiencies with using the UPS. And I mean, disconnecting, it goes over to battery, and then it recharges the battery, tops it off, float, yada yada yada, blah blah blah. Either way, I get about an hour or so of runtime with the straight solar. Now, what I do to maximize this is I've got my 24-volt battery bank down here that's also a very temporary setup, so don't judge. I can plug this guy in here, and when the Safari recognizes an appropriate voltage drop on the battery, there it goes. It starts charging that guy back up off of my auxiliary battery bank. And my battery bank right here is currently charged by 500 watts of solar that I have laying out on the ground out back. So, provided I've got sun and no shade, this essentially would run my Mini Doge all day, no problem, without having a loss of energy. It would actually, I'd have a surplus of energy. Now, the problem I have is this is at almost max charge rate. The Safari can take up to 150 watts input, but it depends on voltage and solar and all that stuff, because I'm going from a power supply that's putting out currently 26.8 volts, and you can see that's dropping because it's pulling, I mean, 5 amps of power consistently from these 4 batteries. And these are just batteries that I have collected over the years that didn't cost me anything because they were no longer 100%. So they're all between probably 50 and 80% capacity. So instead of tossing them, I use them here. So the problem is 140 watts in, 300 watts out. So this can never charge fast enough to run my Mini Doge uninterrupted. So I can only run it off of solar for, I don't know, maybe an hour or two, and then I have to go back to my regular power, and it's just kind of a nuisance. It's not the best way, but like I said, I wanted to show you guys what I'm doing, and it increases my profitability a little bit because, I mean, that's on days that I have free time and I can do this a couple times a day. I mean, I'm saving a kilowatt hour a day on those days that I have that time to do that, which isn't big, but that is where the next step in this process comes in. The next step, I have invested in a Growatt 3000 watt inverter. Now, I showed you a moment ago my Lion Energy cell down here, and I also have these other batteries from battery hookup back in the day when they were alarm hookup that I got, and then also obviously the AGMs, the cheap ones I showed you. So between all that, I have about 1500 watts of solar panels. I'm only using 500 right now. The other are on a stack, so I'll start showing you that stuff as I get time. Right now I'm getting everything else set up, and then it's just one step at a time, and eventually the goal is very soon to be mining 100% solar and not be using any power at all. But just in case I don't have proper battery backup or enough storage capacity, the Growatt, if you don't know them, they also have a UPS mode. So I can set all my charge parameters and everything, and if I have bad solar one day, shade, no sun, or I just don't have enough capacity to run through the night, then it'll automatically switch over to grid power and run it off the grid like it is now, when those batteries hit my voltage points that I set. So we will hopefully long term be 100% solar, and then the goal is over the next couple of years I want to expand and keep adding the miners and expanding the solar, and we'll see how it all goes, but that's long-term plans. So stay tuned, and I hope you enjoy this journey with me. See you guys.